Crip Mac from 55th Street.
All I'm saying is, it's all fun and games before the U.S. Marshals decide to hit you with federal charges. All that loose neighborhood Crip talk might come back to haunt Mac in a major way. Over the last couple years, Trevor Hurd, aka Crip Mac, has risen to become, let's say, one of the most colorful personalities out there. While Crip Mac has ostensibly been called a rapper, if we're keeping it real, dude has released a bare minimum when it comes to actual music. Instead, Crip Mac's come up has been based more around his natural charisma and the fact that he's easily the most famous 55 neighborhood Crip of all time. At this point, Crip Mac has become weirdly ubiquitous. He's everywhere, all over YouTube and TikTok, plus he's partnered with platforms like Channel 5 and No Jumper. In fact, he's popped up so quickly that people never even seem to stop and think, where did this dude come from? Before he was known as C-Mac, he went by his government name, Trevor Hurd. He was reportedly born in LA, but his mom took him to Houston, Texas when he was a kid, hoping that being away from Los Angeles might help keep him out of trouble. After going to school in Texas for 2 to 3 years, Crip Mac returned to LA where he stayed with his aunt. Now, in his younger years, C-Mac was apparently trying to live a proper civilian life. He got a regular job, but didn't put in the hours. Eventually, he turned to the street life and claimed affiliation with the neighborhood 55 Crip set, which were active around where he lived. Also known as the 5-5 Hustlers, the 55 Crips fall under the gang umbrella of the Rolling 50s Crips, which claim turf along South LA's west side. The Rolling 50s have been locked in an open beef with the Hoover Criminals, a rival set based basically right next door when it comes to territory. While a lot of civilians know about the notorious street tension between the Crips and the Bloods, they're less aware about how the neighborhood Crips look at the Hoovers as their main ops. Matt claims he was initiated into the 55 Crips by being put on in an alleyway when he was 19.
Junie Nutso, met Junie Nutso, and then from there, went to 55th Street and got put on.
By being put on, Mac of course means he had to take a beat down from the same guys he was trying to bang with. One of his closest friends, who Mac called the Big Brother, was murdered by a Hoover criminal. Still, Crip Mac claims his biggest motivation for gangbanging is that he wanted to kill, destruct, and destroy.
Baby Snaps asked me, he said, well, what do you want to do? Why do you want to gangbang? I said, I want to kill, destruct, and destroy.
Mac went all in on his neighborhood affiliations, tatting 55 on his face so there'd be no mistake when it comes to what said he claims.
Your life was any different after you got that tattoo?
I had to stay alert a lot more. That's about it.
Sure.
His commitment to the gang life would routinely land him in and out of jail, where he claims he kept busy by writing music. If you want the truth though, Crip Mac's songwriting didn't do all that much to move the needle for him. Instead, he started blowing up on the internet by posting cat videos.
And then I have my cat, Shantae. Her name is Mackie. It's my cat. She's a black cat. She's real famous.
More specifically, they were Crip cat videos. C-Mac's YouTube channel started getting views just by him making videos with his cat, Chauncey, where he talked about feeding her Popeyes.
I said, why you name that cat Shantae? She said, she sneaks out the house late night, she eats out the trash, she comes back pregnant with kittens, and she's black. We're gonna call her Shantae.
Mac's unique personality and 55 Crips specific lingo turned a lot of people's heads and started to go viral. But while Crip Mac was getting plenty of clicks for lighter fares, he also openly dissed his ops on his channel and regularly instigated gang beef. Mac had no issue using YouTube as an extension of his neighborhood Crips lifestyle, and even went as far to tell his enemies to cop more guns, saying that he wouldn't hesitate to press them if they caught him lacking in broad daylight. Despite all that, the thing that really made Crip Mac blow up is when he decided to invite cameras to his hood. In 2021, Crip Mac had his biggest viral moment when he decided to give YouTube fans a tour of 55th Street. By allying himself with another channel, All Urban Central, Mac racked up 1 million views and cemented his reputation with a lot of instant quotables, including, "I respect Scrappy Doo." Just a week later, Crip Mac appeared on No Jumper and did an interview with Adam22. During his interview, Mac slammed Cardi B for allegedly disrespecting the Crips, and also kickstarted what may have been the most vital partnership for his career. With his No Jumper debut running up nearly 2 million views, Adam obviously recognized that Crip Mac had a one-of-a-kind presence. Not only could Mac be outrageously funny, but his tendency to speak up on gang synced with No Jumper's new direction, where they were a lot less interested in the quote SoundCloud generation and more focused on platforming street life. He put famous Richard's security in a headlock on camera and got mad when he found out that Lil Nas X was gay. Crip Mac's commitment to neighborhood slang, crossing out H's to disrespect Hoovers, and replacing B's with C's to reflect his Crip affiliation also played a big part in making him go viral. His catchphrases like calling busters custers became iconic overnight. C-Mac also found a major home on Channel 5, a YouTube platform that mixes documentary news footage with comedy. Crip Mac became a recurring character on the show, next to other notorious viral phenomenons like Chet Hanks, the QAnon shaman who invaded the Capitol, and the Hoff twins. While Channel 5's creator Andrew Callahan went on hiatus after he faced multiple accusations of sexual misconduct, C-Mac's frequent appearances on Channel 5 only added to his larger-than-life persona. Crip Mac found his niche going viral, but he was less prepared for the ops than his newfound fame would bring him. When Mac first started getting attention, other gang members would regularly check him on social media. A Hoover named Jap5 claimed C-Mac wasn't really as active as he claimed, and that his whole neighborhood personality was a form of clout chasing. Jap5 even recorded a diss song targeting C-Mac, but the beef got put to bed when Jap5 was sent to prison for an unrelated murder. But in 2021, Crip Mac got jammed up for a parole violation and he was sent to jail. After getting out, Mac admitted on No Jumper that he had f***ed up by leaving the state of California and was caught with a gun on him. He even detailed a fight he had in jail that got his tooth knocked out. Footage later surfaced of Crip Mac with cuts and blood all over his face. No Jumper later reported that C-Mac had gotten jumped after old Facebook posts surfaced that showed him claiming a different gang set. And just recently, on December 5th, 2023, Crip Mac realized he was going to be facing his most serious charges yet. C-Mac was arrested in LA by US Marshals on federal gun charges. There's even more speculation that C-Mac's arrest might be linked to a larger effort to fold his charges into a RICO case, which wouldn't be too hard to imagine, especially because there's hours of footage where Crip Mac has explicitly claimed affiliation with the neighborhood Crips. As a felon facing federal gun charges, Crip Mac might be looking at a mandatory minimum of 15 years. The footage of Crip Mac being taken into custody at a LA County courthouse went viral, and in the video you can see Mac's shock at having the feds take over his gun case. And what makes this tragic is that Crip Mac has openly talked about his mental health disorder, including his schizophrenia diagnosis. If his case was to go to trial, there's a chance his defense attorneys might bring up C-Mac's schizophrenia as a way to mitigate the seriousness of the charges against him. His newfound celebrity has also come with some huge drawbacks, not only beef with his ops, but a Fed charge that might cost him years of freedom. There's also a lot of debate out there about platforms like No Jumper and Channel 5. Are these channels really supporting Mac, or are they just clout chasing by claiming affiliation with the super talkative neighborhood Crip and using him for views? When it comes to legal issues, bro will say he's not with the back and fifth and is gonna keep grinding.